Hey guys, so welcome back to Decorating with Barbara. And I know you guys are saying, we've been in this room before, Barbara, and you have. So this is the front of the basement, and we are going to see the rest of the basement in a minute. But first, I wanted to share with you some of the changes, or at least one of the changes that I made. I also had a question from a viewer, and I wanted to address that question before we see the rest of the basement as well. So let's go ahead and I'll share my quick little change. Okay, so here above this console, I decided to change the mirror that I originally had here during the tour and take that mirror upstairs in the entrance. And so I decided that I wanted to try this mirror installation with a collage of mirrors that I had around the house. And so I really like the way it turned out. It's a group of different sizes, and then two of them are gold, and then a silver, and then a little starburst up top. And I think it turned out cute. It's just something different, and we are here in the basement, and I just thought I'd just try something new. And so that brings me to the question that a viewer had about what do I do with my decor when I'm not using it. And I bring it down here to the basement. It will go in several places. Either I will use it as decor or it will go in storage. And I told you guys I have 2 storage areas down here that I use, or 3 actually. So this is somewhat of a way that I am storing my mirrors as opposed to putting them away, especially when you have some that are interesting and that look good together. Now I can continue to add more mirrors to this wall if I like. And so over here under the bench, I am also storing some items that I'm not using at this time. And I pulled the little basket forward, and you can see that it's full of topiary balls. And then I have another one down here that has some of my mercury glass ornaments and decorative balls as well. I also added some gold candles to my sconces. If you guys remember these sconces that I picked up from Goodwill, and I thought I would try a set of gold candles that I had in my drawer, and I think they look pretty good. So obviously I won't go into detail in this particular space because I have a video out already, but if you are interested in details from this space, I will leave that video linked at the end of this video. Okay, so we're going to go into the next area. Okay, so this is the next area that we will tour, and this is, I don't know what room you would call it. We do have a pool table here, and then I pretty much edit back here and I do hauls. So if you ever see me doing a haul on a round table, I'm usually over there. And then sometimes I do my hauls here on the pool table. It just depends on how much I have. And then you guys may remember this area back here. I painted the desk in Hutch, I think a couple years ago, and I used the chalk paint. I showed you guys how to make chalk paint, and the desk has held up. I think it's been 2 years. And then those sconces on the back wall, I got those from Goodwill last week, and they were in a oil rub bronze color. And I just painted them out in a neutral color like I always do. And then all the art pretty much that you see, if it's an abstract, it was something that I painted, because everything is so simple these days, and so if I feel like I can paint it or do it myself, I will. And so when I go to Goodwill, if I find a canvas, I will just take the canvas and just paint it out in a white or a neutral color, and then paint whatever I want over it. So this area here, I like to keep a little lamp here, so if I am editing at night, I'll have light close on my paperwork, and so it's not used as a eating table as much as it is a work surface. But sometimes you will see that I'll do a tablescape down here during the holidays. And I got this little vase from a local store, and I just love that gray and white pattern. It has that French country feel, and you will see a lot of my decor down here. You will see more of my French country decor down here in the basement, at least in this area. And this was a Goodwill find. So a lot of my items down here are from the Goodwill. A lot of my little knickknacks, my pillows mostly came from Home Goods. And so when I'm done with some of my furniture from upstairs, I will bring it to the basement. This script piece came from my dining room, and then this green cabinet came from my study. Okay, so this is the room that we just left, and then this clock on the wall here, that came from my kitchen area. If you have seen some of my kitchen tours, you may recall seeing that clock. Okay, so that's the area we left, the first area that I shared. And so now we're going to move into the family room side of the basement. But before we go, I thought I would just show you a quick look at this area that is still a work in progress. Obviously, this color has to go. Okay, so this used to be the bar entertaining area. We had a bar that extended across the opening here halfway, and then you just entered and went behind. And so we never used it, so we just took it out. It was just a place that accumulated a bunch of junk. Kids never used it. We tried to put a microwave down here for popcorn, and it just never got used. So you've seen me record hot chocolate stations in here at Christmas time, and we used to have the little bar table that's behind me. We used to have that here, and we tried to set it up just to make it still appear like kitchen eating area kind of deal, but that didn't last. So this year during COVID, it became evident that we needed to pick up a few pieces to exercise with, and so this is what it is for now. I don't know what it's going to turn into next. Those bar stools used to sit here at the bar, and so they're probably going to go in my next garage sale. And then we plan on putting a cabinet, a low cabinet, all across the back from one end of the wall to the other, and then maybe put some floating shelves up top, and we'll go from there. And we'll see what happens next. Okay, so we're going to move into the family room side. Okay, so this is the family room side, and as you can see, this side has windows, so it's a little brighter, but we still need to paint over here as well. And so the sofa here and the love seat were both upstairs. The love seat was in the kitchen area, and then the sofa was in the living room. And when I got my new sofas, I brought them down here, but the colors were a little dark for the basement because it just kind of drained all the light out of the room because they are brown. And so I picked up these slip covers. They're not white, but they are lighter than the actual sofas. And I like to keep this area very family friendly. And so having the slip covers where I can take them off and wash them has worked out great. And then this ottoman, if you saw one of my latest videos of the basement, you would have noticed it was brown leather, which I had got from a garage sale for $5. But over the years, my family trashed it. It was in perfect condition when I got it. And so I recently covered it with drop cloth. And then that's another piece of, another art piece that I DIY'd. So this is a budget-friendly, family-friendly basement. No glitz, no glam, and that's how I like it. And like I mentioned before, this area will get painted in the gray color just like the rest of the basement. And so in this corner, you guys might recall I did a collage of art pieces, and I really like the way it turned out. I come back here and we could eat here if we want, but pretty much I come back here and edit videos as well. It just depends on what side of the house my family is on upstairs. I'll come to the opposite end of the basement so I don't hear them talking or walking around. And so yes, I do a lot of editing, so that's why there's a lamp on this table. And so here's a look at the other side. We're just watching a little decorating with Barbara. And if you are not subscribed and you like decorating videos, this would be a good time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then there's a blanket ladder that I DIY'd, or my husband helped me with it. He did the cutting and I did the painting, so we're a good team. And then this is just a little area where he keeps his music equipment. And there's his guitar that you hear on the Decorating with Barbara song. And of course, you gotta have the speakers for the surround sound. And then this area here is a little play area that I have for my grandson when he comes over and wants to play with his toys if I'm sitting over here at the table. And as you can see, we do have windows, but it is a cloudy day, so there's not much light coming in. So yeah, the lighter color will be so much better. And I've already started with the gray up top because the previous owners had it brown, like the same brown that was in that little kitchen area, and that just had to go. So I'll complete the rest of it with the gray that you see on the top part of the wall. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you continue to look around. I'll give you a few close-up pictures, and then I'll see you at the next video.